Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by AcousticHealth.com. I'm Loren Galey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. Welcome, everyone. Happy Solstice. Here in the Northern Hemisphere, this is the longest day of the year. And in the Southern Hemisphere, it's the shortest day of the year. It is a gateway, and it is a time for being very present as we go through this shift and mark this very sacred day. My guest today is Catherine Rosenbaum. She is a very beautiful soul who's here to assist you as well. If you've got questions, she'll be taking them, but we are really here today to celebrate the solstice. Catherine's going to talk about how to stay on course through the challenges that are being revealed from the shadows. Catherine, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you so much gratitude on this special solstice day where we're gathering together to plant the new seeds together. We can't do it without each other. And the synthesizing of this position today is truly building the lighted house, and therein I dwell. So we are in the third ray today. Amongst galactic, we are being called the great architects of the universe, building our intuitive temple with many guides assisting us today, rising into higher light codes. While we call this temple many names, the codon, the vibration we're in today, this week, is the Shambhala, the temple of Shambhala. So welcome, and thank you for all joining us. I love and know so many of you around the world. It's really a day of celebration.
Celebrating we are. I love how you mentioned Shambhala and the beauty of that. Shambhala is definitely related to Lemuria and so much more. It's a hierarchy. Can you explain more of Shambhala?
Shambhala, you have great knowledge of this, Loren. Yourself, I'm understanding. In fact, you come from some of these divine places, ley lines on earth. So this is actually coming up through this intuitive temple being planted into the earth at this time. We're looking at cycles. As I'm a reflector, I represent more cycles. I feel the beginnings, the middles, the ends, and there we go more. But today was very magical because we're having a celebration and also of the synthesis of just plowing through 2 eclipses, 3 holy, most sacred full moons that just completed on June 3rd. And today, as the sun is entering Cancer and is there right now, there's a ley line or encodement to synthesize. They said you are all the encodements, but to synthesize the qualities and purpose of all these, this cycle of the spring, all folding into this ley line of the earth. And the purpose of this position is to build the house from within and to hold the space for the others. The 3 attributes of this ley line is will, the goodwill of humanity, the love of humanity. We're in gate 15. It represents that from the soul crystal, and the intelligence and the fusion of all 3 energies into what we call the goodwill of mankind, the builder, the great architect from within. as the world and as the pendulum swings. We have a point today. Oh, that's so beautiful. We have a point of stillness, of holding space for the divine earth codes through the heart, through the center of the Christos, through the fluorescence, which is called the flowering, and the potential and the diversity of the divine Shambhala to be in formation from within us, from all the positions and ley lines around the earth at this time. We're connecting them together. This is a sacred day. And to understand that if you can find a consistency in your rhythm and can make relationships with the yin and the yang and the this and the that and the up and the down and the in and the out and the micro and the macro, we find a center point of the divine feminine birthing today through the temples of Shambhala that have been raised today for the collective, and to find the comfort within the heart of the Christos that is calling us forward in such celebration that by this evening there will be a ability that is activating. Oh, they're giving us a present, that the activation of beyond the mind, the activation of the abilities to hear the words, the verbiage of the humans, and to hear from within what is really being said. So at this time, I see at least 4 or 5 new abilities that are rising from us, from within us, if we can wholly surrender today to the collection of all the star seeds that have come together to manifest the 13th, the 13 codon, the 12 plus 1. I'm seeing 13 in a million ways, but just the activation of how we listen, how we're listening in a new way. When we find out we are multidimensional and we didn't know, we never utilized these quantum gifts. And today we call the temple awake. And today, through it all, through all the astrological play, the cosmic symphony, as our whole structure is showing as we sit on the sand, every structure, every system is in the matrix is breaking down. So what we are building within the middle is something that has never been here before. It's from the future. It's from our quantum field. Is it wonderful that we all come together today to celebrate the new encodements and the ley lines, and the gate 333 is being activated this hour in the human design, which is the entire ley line of what has been hidden. The 333 is so powerful. It is going to be activating the entire day with many things, including the surrender, the recognition to surrender, embracing the forces of love, of extreme love and light within our systems. And I say, how do we do that? We do it by surrendering and holding space for so many that have chosen on this point of separation to awaken or not, to be or not to be. This is the seeding of the new earth.
So beautiful. Thank you for sharing that perspective and that vision of the activations and what's happening on this beautiful, very sacred day. We just got done with our Lemurian retreat, and it was a beautiful remembrance. And this is coming to mind as I hear you speak, because it's almost as if these ley lines, the Lemurian grid is still around on our planet. And it's almost as if we're reactivating those ley lines. I don't need to know if they need to reactivate as much as us realigning with them, realigning with the yin and the yang within us, right? I've always known that the yin and the yang is within us.
Yes,
So,
the alpha and the omega.
yes, and so we are temples. We are the temples. The temples of our heart is the temple of Shambhala. So as you were talking about the abilities and you're seeing new abilities, can you explain more of what those abilities could be? Is it just fifth dimensional? Is it heightened awareness? What do you see those new abilities as being?
We love this question. Of course, we understand that every codon, every unique soul starseed that is here to awaken themselves individually and then join in with the star point that is the whole earth herself, the aria of her, the higher self. At this time, it's very significant because if you look at the map of this time today, time and space, where we're integrating the neutrinos, the subatomic particles, the Schulman resonance, the earth codes that are extremely heightened at this time, burning away everything that we need to surrender. They said it's quite triumphant and in fact a celebration even before the party, because we have laid a foundation and order today of future success, the foundation for that. Everything is activating. If you look at the human design or the Merkabas of today, of what the earth codes are showing, it's the entire heart, the soul crystal, the driver of all of us is being activated. And what's so interesting, this is a cycle. We see it all the way back from August 1st, 2022, that was the activation of what you call the Lemurian crystals that have been calling us back home. This is an automatic process. There is nothing to do but to receive, not from the mind, but from the soul crystal. And today, in the super design of our DNA, our super unconscious, our codons from our ancestors and before, our histories, the one gate, the one channel of energy that goes through all of us today is this beautiful channel of the 2551. And to me, that is like such a super, this is the needing to be first, the one that from the heart, from the willpower, we get to the top of the mountain, the love of humanity, the love of the divine, and we get our flag, our consciousness, we put it up. They said we actually laid our consciousness in a star crystal that is being awakened at this time around the world. I see Mount Shasta. And it's interesting, I have many clients that are in certain places around the world now, and they're all doing ceremonies today. So they're all poking in. And that Mount Shasta, there's one in England, there's one in Scotland. There is a channel of energy going through Colorado mountains under the ground. So we're hooking up ley lines. We're hooking up our nodes of faith and fate. We're slowing down. The shadows are disappearing. We have Venus, the planet of love, slow. She's slowing down. She's ready to disappear. She will be in the shadow, because I understand this as planting the internal seed, the Lemurian crystals, bound to the activation of Atlantis and the masculine crystals. Oh, I think we're getting like a mating today, like a reuniting. The codons, the 64 codons are being encoded with cosmic consciousness. This is a grand contact. And the Omega, what you talk about, the sweet surrender, that gateway of the receptive, is still in activation since August 1st. This is a very big download. We will never again be the same. But to know that we are the first, we are the star seeds, we are the ones that are the breakaway from the mind. This morning, for the last few days, I've been working with Lao Tzu. Many people know him. It took me years to find him. He's so quiet. But do you know him?
Yes, mostly through the aspect of Dwal Kul.
Exactly. And El Morya and Saint Germain and all beings that come together that are your family, my dear.
Yes. How did you know that? That's really amazing, Catherine. Those are my guides. El Morya, Saint Germain, Kuan Yin, Sanat Kumara, Dwal Kul.
And Hilarion. Isn't that hilarious? I think that's so fun. So many of these beings are channeling through us at this time. They have the commitment to humanity. We're there now. There's no more time. Time collapsed in 2020. So now we're trying to find, and trying is not the word, but we're recalibrating our designs, our patterns, our circuit boards within us. It's quite a time. There's another guide for you here. She's very tall and very feminine. I don't think she's from this planet. She's galactic, but she loves stones. She loves rubies and emeralds, and she just finds all of us as treasures. I cannot pronunciate her name, but she does have a beautiful ruby on her forehead, and she's telling us that July will be she said to be quiet, to hydrate, to connect to the earth codes. Simple, simple, simple transmissions at this time. Lao Tzu is talking about the mind and the 7 centered beings, which we are now in a 9-centered being, and we are creating the DNA, the codons, to bring us into the 2027 cross of the sleeping phoenix. And just as we have these 4 years as the breakdown of the entire bargain of the last 400 years, all the bargains to keep us safe, to pull in the communities, to build the walls, to have somebody else watch over us, Big Brother, our protectors, our warriors. And at this time, it's our own individual instincts, our cellular quantum abilities, our multidimensional patterns. Each and every one of us has a unique pattern. It depends on what star system you've come from. I have people that can see in the back of their heads They can see people coming up. I see people reading people without words anymore. Light language is pouring into this world. I've noticed even with my dog, I talk a different language and she understands. I don't know what I'm saying, but something is coming through called the new physics and reversals of who we thought we were, because the homogenized matrix is collapsing in front of us. And all those and many of us, ones that are sleeping, will be taking that direction. This is where the split occurs. This is where Mars is squaring this strong action, this activation, this potential is breaking the cosmic egg right now. Over the next few weeks, it could be quite accident prone as we're waking up your new abilities. We see people becoming mentally confused. We see many people slowing down to fall into the program. And for us to hold space for them is what we're asking you to do. As the pendulum swings and swings, and as we're moving through the Pluto return of the United States, everything is happening as a microcosm in the good old USA, because it's being unraveled from the false prophets and empowering us to turn away from emotional restlessness or medications or anything that puts us back to sleep. These are awakening codes, my dear. Nothing can go to sleep. This is where the writing and the rewriting of your genetics, your DNA, your cellular vibratory structures, each one of you has your own. It's individualized awakening. And it's all going to take care of itself, my kids, my family, my soul brothers and sisters. Of course, your structure is going through all kinds of changes. And of course, you're going to be feeling all sorts of emanating odd sensations. Your body's beginning to catch up with the embodiment of who you really are. What celebration. It's time to celebrate. We've never gotten to this point before. We've come so far to be here. And all new types of arts are coming forward. The Renaissance, the music, the sounds, the frequencies, the celebration. This is a frequency activation where we come back out into the community to celebrate what we are, who we are, and how deeply we carry the new earth within our spirit and are buried with around the world. And as more and more and more and more higher beings start showing up in our dimension, we'll start to understand we have moved through into a higher degree. Fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, we oscillate. We're oscillating. And then there will be the quickening for all of us. And we find this is the gate of innocence, the innocence of being like a child. Life is way too complicated when you get into the mind. This is a deep trust that the universe will look after us, not because we're weak, but because we're here with the courage to bring down, to bring up, to activate the divine. Kuan Yin is here. What a day to celebrate. My dear, dear, dear ones, we see you and we see the child, the shaman within you, the young soul is awakening. And perhaps you're not so young after all. How can we assist you from now?
So beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We have questions from our audience. We're going to get to those. We're going to ask our Zoom audience to put their questions in the chat or the Q&A box. But I would like to ask more about New Earth. New Earth is a vibration that's within us. And so as we surrender, is there anything else to do? It almost feels like there's nothing to do except surrender, but maybe you've got some extra thoughts on this.
We have no thoughts for you. That would be a trap. What we have is the beautiful question. And as you ask it, it is so. How do we do it? We are doing it. We are projecting today the love of humanity. And in the unknown, we're in these 64 codons, so the channels of our DNA. It's our I Ching, it's our history, it's our patterns in our human existence. Each one of us is awakening in their own unique structure. Be yourself, everyone is already taken. That would not be worth it. But to know that we are going to be activating today as the first on our block to be the divine surrendering of it all, to be able to not know, to walk through this period of time, out of time, perhaps recuperating when the innocence has been knocked out of us. But healing is our first priority at this time. It's an inside job. It's the love of ourself. It's activating. This is the day of the divine cross of the vessel of love. It's divine innocent. Can you find that within your spirit? Today, without any words, just by joining and bringing your energy here, as we have such beautiful aspects where we have this ability to be stable through the collapse of the matrix. This has been going on for many, many, many years. We're at a culmination. This is where the pendulum swings. They said it's like a new solar cell, a cellular transformation. It's all in divine order. We are mostly out of this, the low frequency bands. Please don't go back to dig back down. The South Node in Scorpio in the next couple weeks is like what still attracts us in the darkness? What do we have to let go of? What holds us back? What is toxic? What is poisonous? What is pulling us away from our healing? So we're saying that this day is to rekindle the spirit of the healing from the divine guidance teams that are all here with us, that are altering our consciousness, that we are representing today the love of humanity together. We can't do it without each other. So we are doing this. We have that flowering of, I smell rose, but I see a lotus. So it's very mixed. I'm a little confused about the smell and the look. But when we think that this is planting the codes of the divine ascension, I don't like that word. I feel that when we get lighter, we are ascending. It's an automatic response. But what we want to say at this moment is for those that are burning through past pain, regrets, today is a day to forgive yourself and receive something much higher in your field. So many people at this time are losing their souls, and they are conditioned to move into a different formation. And we love and bless them all, because aren't we all one encodement? Our divine siblings are coming forward at this time to break any of these karmic patterns within us. I thank you so much. This would be the Kuan Yin. And she is showing us the energy for the flow of nature, the elementals, the fate of the natural world that has been entwined with dark matter. We are breaking down the insidious. We are closing the door to lower realms. That's so beautiful. We can only do this collectively. And look at us now. We have such power today. The next 6 or 7 months are going to be more cracks in the matrix. Please do not fear. Fear is the dark matrix. Come into the state of, I am here now. And I am a collective consciousness waking up that my circumstances do not matter when my frequency and my consciousness is of the light. And I am the change. I am the new human, and I am awakening now. And this is what we call true love, love of the lower self and love of the higher self. We are complete.
We feel the love embrace of those words and that message. It is so comforting and it is so hopeful. The vibration is really beautiful. So thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing. Just want to say it really is beautiful. And the forgiveness of self, forgiving ourselves and receiving something much higher. I sense that we can all feel that. So I'm going to go for some questions here. Our beautiful sister, Carol, she shares, I badly broke my tibia and fibula, and it's been 6 months of recovery. I'm a healer and was with my mom to help her with healing. So she's in Oregon. I'm in Oregon. I also have a legal case with my old boss, and much money was stolen. My question, Carol asks, is why am I being faced with so many challenges? I've been separated from my tribe, but I know my mom needs me too.
Help is on the way, my dear. We are resurrecting you to stand up taller than you ever have. We look at your consciousness. You're a 9-foot, beautiful, light body. It is awakening. We are letting go of all the encodements and the genetics, including your mother, to what we have promised. It's a full closure and a commitment to the divine feminine within your mother. Please make sure you take time in the air, in the wind, in the elements. We will assist you at this time. You are, my dear, in a dark night of the soul, and you are overlaying some of it with your mother, with her tissues, the bones, something around her pelvis, her knees, her heart. There's a lot going on. So we bless you for your courage to take it all on at once. But my dear, the ability for your pineal pituitary gland, the whole telomere, that is where we're looking. That is what we're lighting up. It's the awakening within you. Please be in touch with the channel, for we have much more to say to you. We would like to pinpoint these spots on you. Some of the pain in the lower back can be relieved immediately. So we have much to say to you. There are many, many light workers at this time that are having specific pains or injuries in their body. I have been dealing with them around the world. It's like our last closet holdout. And that is like your spine. And oh, they're injecting so much light into your spine right now. I see amber, amber, amber. If you can get a hold of a piece of amber from the sea, you're upgrading everything, and you are a healer, and you have no idea what's coming forward. So be and sit with your mother in the love, and your grandmother and the love, and you will be called into action. We respect the authenticism of where you are at this time. Many healers are going into loss of their gifts to then birth into something new. We can't hold you down much longer. They're saying, let's finish it already, but we can't hold it down. We bless you. We bring closure to you, and no more worry. Worry, worry, worry. Cut it out. There's no practical application for where you are. We are with you, all of your galactic team.
Thank you, Carol. We hope that you found great comfort in those words. And the rest of us took comfort as well. Okay, beautiful. Carol says, I was feeling loss of gifts, so it's beautiful. All
Lose
right.
them. There's more coming. Yes,
Lose them.
absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, on this show, we've been feeling, I don't want to use the word stagnation. Is that a proper word, maybe? Have we been
I
feeling?
like it. I like the stagnation, but we do see it. Saturn is sitting in the sign of Neptune, the delusion or the envisioning. Saturn is where we get timed or caught up or delayed or blocked. Most people call it a block. It's mostly a mental program block. It's really not the truth of our soul. But we're going through a feeling of disillusionment. There will be deep levels of depression. That to me is just bringing you down to a sense of in the body, for where you can find your solstice, where you can find the guidance teams that always stand around there. They said we're great listeners. Why aren't you listening to us? Why aren't we listening to you? All of your deeper, give your burdens to us. We are unburdening the mind. The mind is really the interference of what we feel. You have to empty it to find what is being filled up. The cup is being filled today. And it has nothing to do with the program of what to do, but what you value, what you are, what you love. The North Node has another couple weeks in Taurus. It's all about being here now and surrendering and the ability to be stable while the crack is happening around us. I feel any of you healers that can support people with mental issues that are coming up through the increased levels of the resonance of the earth, the 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 light and the dark, they're having a battle, if we could say it so simply, as within, so without. Do not let the wrestling of the battle break free of this. This is the ability when we come together as a group, because the group, the different circuit boards of what we all are, is what's activating. And this gate we're in at this time is such a huge, bigger than life heart codon. It's activating the soul crystal, the driver of your design. It's not the mind. The mind was created as an awareness when you're born. It's not the body. The body holds the codes and your spirit within it that's driving your true north. And in the next month, we will have the nodal shift. Every 18 months, 18 years, go back 18 years and look at what you were up to. It's going to be an activation of war and peace. And you stay your course, each and every one of you. We are walking through this, releasing anything that is not of the new earth. I do not find there's any wisdom left in digging through the muck and the mire. We find that we've been there for 18 months, 17 months, we've been digging in what has been. The old characters in our play called tricksters and old shamans and magicians and dark energies. They've been scurrying around this earth, and we just are closing the door today. This is the gate of the real listener of what is beyond the nonsense, the stories of the world, all the tears that we've shed through history, all the secrets that have been withheld from us, they're activating from within you. So, what a beautiful passageway where the only thing that would block your consciousness, the activation, would be the conditions of the mind, the stories, the belief systems, the 60,000 thoughts a day that don't matter. So drink your water, hydrate, sit within this earth link today. We are bringing you all with us. No one is going to be left behind unless you chose to go down the duality of another path. And there are many that will go that way. But in the long run, it will be a celebration. It will be the new communities at this time modeling after the Lemurian systems, the wheels, the spokes, the 13, the 12 plus 1. All of these codons are coming together. It's the death of the old and the awakening of the new. Please let go of things that don't matter. They said, please pray to your family, the galactics, call them in. We are here. There will be so many disclosures, so many frequency exchanges. The light workers, some of them might go quiet for a bit. They have unfinished business in their closets. And many that are brand new into the field of light are going to surprise us.
I know there's some of those who are going to surprise us listening in right now. And so we encourage them to step up, speak out, and be brave and bold and share. So beautiful. Thank you, Catherine, and the beautiful beings speaking through you. Here's some questions. We're getting some questions. It seems like people are having physical issues, and it could be the resonance as our body calibrates. So let me go through Anna's question. Hi, Anna. Anna says, my question is, I have had neck, right shoulder and arm pain and ache for about a week. A chiropractor adjustment did not help. I'm feeling that it is an energetic misalignment, or I am being aligned to the 5D. Can you say anything about this?
We understand that there are many bodies that are going through levels of discomfort. The joints, the skin, the bones, we're transmuting everything. We are not holding the carbon bodies that we used to have. And we would ask you to bring light into those places and just sit with it and let that activation occur to allow it to be gone. They're saying that there's pushing out of these codones in our body where we have some trapped pain. I do see, did she say the shoulder? I see someone pulling down on her shoulder. I would like to clear that. Like, stop, you can't go further. And I feel frozen in her body. So let me just move in there and just clear that up for her. But please, anybody, the gifts that run through a reflector are absolutely geared to calibrate where you are, who's in the program, who's out, and how to receive the new fields of energy that seem to be, it's taking a while to get there. We feel over the next few months more of these aches and pains. I am looking at a few new quantum devices as Pluto moves back into Aquarius in January. It's gone backwards now. It will bring so many of these encodements and instruments that are very Tesla-like in quantum. And if any of you having pain or issues in the body that are reoccurring or seeming to be stuck, please email me, because I am working with a device, a quantum device that has changed my field. It's very connected up into like a Tesla, a satellite, and it's bringing our bodies into a perfect divine human DNA of the highest, most balanced, healthy body. So that is coming forward. That will be something that will assist many of you. But we feel that it's okay to have the pain, to resonate with it, and then to let it go. We find that much of it is trapped genetic encodements from the ancestors. At the end of this, I am just going to do a full body clearing for everybody as a good eraser that I am. That should help a lot as we are sitting in the gate of humanity. To be the true human is to feel the pain, but to let it go is your birthright.
Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have Denise. Hi, Denise. Denise is doing ceremony in the Colorado mountains above A Basin and hidden spots on Lake Dillon.
And I have chills, yeah.
Yeah, she asked, what might you see?
Well, I was seeing her. That's why we were pointing to that ley line, the GPS of that area in the mountains. We are not alone in those mountains. And there's sightings, there's beings from inner earth being exposed there. Nothing like opening with others the crack of that cosmic egg of the ley line, because there's something in there for you, this activation, this magnetic exchange. They said, make sure to the key to honoring your nature, because you're in a position of extreme empathy and attunement with the earth. We see where you are. We are calling you back into a state of remembering, and the intelligence and the fusion of all the energies where you stand. The sun, the solar ley lines, the wind. The wind is very big in our field today. The light, the love, the celebration. They're just putting that in each and every one of you. So when you walk unknown, your next step will be surrounded by your guardians and your guides. that will be true and right for you, that will walk you right down the middle. We're in a timeless phase of our reality. So following your path is not an easy juncture at this time. Follow your strategy and your authority. Are you a projector? Are you waiting to be called to show the way, to show the ley lines, the templates, the focus of where we need to have the 100th monkey? Or are we the generator or the manifesting generator that is grounded and here to work and hum and tone and do divinity energies to bring in the new codes? The generators, the many generators are the workers. They are the activators of it all. The reflector, I am just the calibrator. If you would call me that, my strategy is wait a month, wait a full cycle so I can see all the empathic zones that we've just walked through. My inner authority is none. I follow the stars. I move with the position of the planets. In fact, there's a part of me that does not even touch the ground. So as I look at all of you and I download from the upload of the earth codes, isn't this a day to celebrate?
Yes. And we'll be dancing in the streets.
We're
That song
talking
is
to you, Lauren. Singing, Pied Piper kind of thing, you know?
singing. And I love the toning and the humming. And there's just so many miraculous stories of healing from the toning. And this all really resonates. And the celebration aspect, I mean, I think after this show today, if we can each go and do a little dance or sing a little song or hum a little song or just be still, receiving the beauty, that is doing tremendous work. And what a celebration that is. Wow. Thank you, Catherine. How much time do you need for the clearing for that you were going to do for everyone? Is it just a few minutes?
Absolutely. In fact, even before we have met together, we have done this alignment and this in the silence, which is the greatest key to honoring all of your natures, is to do this in the stillness of your hearts. This will all lead you all to your self-compassion and the empathy that is activating within you at this time. We are magnetically drawing out the metals, the heavy metals, the magnetic, the artificial within the body. We are separating it. We have an alchemist here. I just was looking and he's helping me with this. And I would say Merlin, because he's such a trickster, but he's coming and going and I can't really grapple with his energy. He's in and out of like trees and he's turning his back to us. So anyway, I'm going to let that go. But I'll take a moment right now because we're saying if everyone could take a breath, breath is life. I am here now. I activate, accelerate, and illuminate the life codes. Please wake up. I am singing for the time of the new is at hand, and all things are to be different from what they have been. Do not hold on to his story. See what I have in store for you. Hold space now. Take a breath. Breathe in from the 11th centers. They're showing me within you, which is weird. So above your head and within the heart, in the different beat of your heart, believe nothing anymore. We're clearing that out. Nothing like a good calibrator reflector that sits in a field of here now That's me, an empathic field. I am the source of eternal knowledge, and henceforth I will rise up within you like a spring that will never dry again. Believe in me in the moment of your needs. The crack in this consciousness, I will inform you every step of the way. It's always been this way. But in these days, the winds of life blow stronger than before. Take a breath. The creative force she approaches. Trust all that is and is to be. We are pulsating codes of the living library through you as you. We are casting a large net. Take a breath. The grand trinity. You will be in the information space. It's coming through the star codes. I slip in when you are feeling my love. Feel my love. My heartbeat is inside you. Come home to me. We love you, Kuan Yin, and the earth. I don't see her separate at this point. And we ask everyone to take a breath, and we bind out any soul contracts that are old and outdated and crusty and stupid. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. We bind out any soul crystals that are of our ancestors that are holding up a pattern of remembering. Goodbye, goodbye. We erase that. Thank you. It's really easy to do when you're in a state of love and lunar empathic expectation. Thank you so much. We bind up anything else that is unknown or known to you that is called shadows. In fact, today we merge them. What are we without a good shadow on Groundhog's Day, for instance? And we activate, accelerate, illuminate encodements way beyond the mind into the silence of your heart. Kuan Yin, Kuan Yin, my family. We have never left. And we stand with you now. Have your courage. Be the architect of your own dream, because therein is where I dwell, within the purity of your heart. I have built the lighted house, and therein is where I dwell. Come home to me. Come home to me. Take a breath. Come home to me. And we are complete.
Thank you.
I have
Thank you. Thank
such a
you.
headache. You beautiful star seeds have really let go of some stuff. All of a sudden, it piled up in my head. I felt like, oh my God, it's an encyclopedia. I gotta just burn the book, because it's all the history of everywhere we've ever walked. And it's not good enough for the star seeds. Our buried history, the ley lines that are activating, are bringing up the light and the truth and the hidden time frames, which is our true genetic promise of what is coming. We cannot hold these down for much longer. You are all living in the light now. You have bound into the genetics of what is here now. We are love, and the rose, the thorns, the roses bloom, the smell, the scent, the bees, the honey. Does it sound more like home yet? We are on our way through the timelessness into the new program. Have faith. Put your eye masks on, take a breath, sit down, and just be. You will find us there. We are complete.
Beautiful. And we know the steps to take We know what to do, and that really is to be. And as you started this show today, you said you wanted to just sit in silence. We're glad we're not sitting in silence, but you're moving us to such a peace and a stillness within. And it really takes us out of our head. I hope we're out of our head because we can feel this. And it really is beautiful. And I love how the message was believe nothing anymore. And what if we lost all belief systems, transcended all belief systems, transcended judgment of self and others? It really feels like we're doing that right here and right now.
Our descendants are coming forward as you talk. I've never seen them till this week, but I've been seeing little baby dragons in every session that I do now. Like
Wow.
dragon, little mooshoos from that cartoon. I see these little beings and I see pearls around people. And I am asking what that means. And they wanted to express a message. Do we have time for a message from the descendants?
Yes, thank you.
A large halo in ring formation around the moon now. The earth is pregnant with alternate futures. Each of her descendants, all of us, can possibly bring forth the future to be the chosen ones. The criteria center around whichever future stream is most genuinely surrendered to the highest will at this time. It is the same microcosmic as the macrocosmic. Many souls are pregnant with alternative futures. All of you are. We've called you forward. The one that prevails will likely be the most surrendered to the absolute, the most rightful. You feel burstingly full of visions, possibilities, worlds, and streams. Water and cosmic water streams. As you know, that so very much shall pass away. But what is essential will keep on coming. It's eternal. It is very hard to tell who is who and what is what, which way to lean, or how to conceive the way it shall go. But if you stay rooted, my loves, in your inward awareness and enduring core sensibilities, you will be tapped as a vessel for what is to be, the vessel of love, and that it is all that you need to know. We are done for now.
Thank you. And I just want to reiterate, the most surrendered, the more surrendered that we can be, you will be tapped as that vessel of love. So beautiful, really exquisite on this very sacred day. We're still expanding. And yet, as you said, the pendulum, this time, it's not just this day and this year, but it's that pendulum of where we've come. And is that what you see as starting to move back the other way? Or do you see it differently?
We notice that at every interval of the first into the second era, in the dinosaurs, into the third, into the few missing lifetimes that we are remembering, all these have a pendulum in them. And at the end of a era, we're at the end of a 400-year cross of planning where we've been in a box and we're breaking free in the next 4 years. The pendulum will always get to the darkest at the end before it shifts into the next higher dimensional convergence of frequencies where our starseed abilities are fully engaged. And we say the only reason this has not occurred already is because we have forgotten who we are. Remember who you are. You are divinity in form. You are the circuit of the creator, the goddess waking up within each and every one of us. You are the light and the way. What are you waiting for? We are here now. So be it. Oh, that was interesting that the pendulum, it brings up like the bottom of the barrel, like in a gas tank. They were showing me, like you get all the sludge at the bottom. We're right there. So then it's so close to knowing that the new realities are right on the other side of that. It's almost a celebration of how stupid and dark and controlling and all the serpents of the planet are being exposed, and the new dragons, the new field of awakened presence is within all of us. There's not one being of light that has come with us today, now or in a replay, that is not a volunteer for this mark, the new signature, the new mission statement of who we are. And we did this collectively today. We're quite proud of our results with all of you. You are an indomitable force group, and it's going to propel you and others into new arenas. And you know exactly where you're heading, towards a bigger and better life. Let go of everything else. This is it. Practice not being a slave to our minds. Don't beat it up. Don't ignore it. It's a computer. It's a field of energy to let us know that I used to think, I am, therefore I think. Now we're at I am. I am. I am here now. So be it. And we are complete.
Thank you. I want to point people to ways that they can work with you, and it's all through your special offer of your personal sessions, and we can talk about that. But I wanted to just say that with your words recently that you were just sharing, yes, I hope that you've answered in a telepathic way, in a psychic way. You've answered questions that are in our chat line that we really don't have time to get through all of them. That's why I want to suggest that we direct everyone to your special offer for ways that they can work with you in a personal session. Again, we'll talk about that in a minute. But I wanted to say that it's beautiful because there is change. People are getting rid of the old. In fact, one gal is Elizabeth, is ending a 33-year career. She's been guided on the next steps, and she can feel it and be confident with it. Yet this is so resonant with all of us. The money aspect of it. Can you give us any insight on what to do? How do we feel confident and in a vibration that will be supported as we venture off into these new arenas?
My guidance teams always say, if you stay in your strategy and your design and your true, unique self, nothing will get to you. You'll walk through a bomb zone and not be touched. But I am human. I came down for the human experience. Being in the celestial frequencies is much more comfortable to me than being in the body. But this is what I've chosen at this time, to be in between the genetic encodement, the awakening, and yet we feel that in a time when Pluto is collapsing the matrix, And as we're in the part of the greater plan, the dark plan, and the controlled governments and militaries and schools and educations, as they're collapsing, I feel that the Bible, the gold and the silver, the metals, the precious metals have value for the human in the body. I do feel the collapse of the dollar. We've been watching it in cycles from 1929 to 2008 till now. It's going to be a big fourth turning. And yet I see right behind that a quantum energy that is coming towards us that will correct much of these broken down systems that are of debt slavery. They're all leaving. We're having an entire Pluto return to the United States. At that time, in the next few months, when we go back to that position and then forward touching that position direct, we will find trade, ways to share. Wealth comes in our value, our taking care of our bodies, our foods, our waters, pure water, pure food. We've been through these cycles before. So preparation and great value of sustenance and safety and support is necessary, and be prepared to bring in others who might need some assistance at this time. For instance, I've been working with clients around the world, and I have a great value, and I have wonderful clients that have paid lots of money to work with me and have had great results. But my guides have said at this time, it has nothing to do with success in building up a bank account, because our bank account is the wealth within us, and our ability to manifest in our own way is coming online so quickly. We have no idea what we can create. Our manifestation abilities have been sort of put out like a dragon who lost its little bit of its steam. We lost our ability to manifest. We were taught we couldn't. And at this time, we are promised from the question, we are bringing you out of the chaos in the Maya so we can create through the illusion a true ability to create manna from heaven. There is another quantum system coming behind. I do not understand it. At this point, it is not even in formation. But each and every person that is activating their true value and worth will be replenished with great wealth. We're not here to live with less. We're not really here to even live in the tiny homes and the little corner and pile up because the land is thin. We're here to wake up and pull in our wealth from within. And if you ever listen to the saints and the great beings, I love the guide, Kim Clement, who's in spirit. He chants, and he's a prophet, and he channels about Strange July, which is this month coming up. They're also talking about November. And these are time periods that great wealth will be coming through the buried treasures. So we do not worry about such things. Of course, the human mind does, but there is great wealth coming to those who feel that they are here to be of service.
Hallelujah.
Wealthy consciousness. Yes, it is.
Yes, wealthy consciousness. And we know it's founded on joy, following our joy, doing what we love. I know that sounds a bit trite, but I think we each and every one of us get that. And so I love the words that you shared. And I want to remind everyone that, as Pluto is collapsing the matrix and the old is crumbling, Pay attention to what is being birthed, the new earth that is being birthed. And the words that you say, activating our true value and our worth, that is it. We, the people, are the economy, and our bank account is the wealth within us. I'll just repeat those words that you shared. So it's really quite beautiful. And it's the love that we came to be during this really challenging time. It doesn't have to be challenging. We had Marshall Jack, an indigenous tribe member, on our Lemurian retreat. And he said, find the joy. Find the joy. It's as simple as that. If we're struggling, then we're missing out. So we came here to be the joy. And I think we all realize that. And Catherine, the words that you brought through from the higher realms and the beautiful beings, help us remember that and live that as well.
It's a frequency. It's not the words. Words don't teach. It's the message of hearing through the heart.
Hearing through the heart.
And this is the day, my love. This is it. Today we have activated something that has not been in a present form before. We thank you, each and every one of you, for your divinity and for your insistence to be here at this time. You are admired, and we applaud each and every one of you.
Yay, I see this. I see a standing ovation. And it makes me want to cry in the beauty of it and the beauty that it is, because that's what we pay attention to and trust in that. And we can definitely feel the vibration. We can feel the frequency. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Catherine. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Kuan Yin, Lao Tzu, and all the beautiful beings expressing their frequency through you. How magical, how celebratory. Yay. So wonderful.
On laughter. We have 3 planets in Leo right now. We have the sun in a beautiful Mother Earth right now on the ley line, and yet we have all the personal planets, Moon and Venus and Mars and Leo. They're all joining in the next few hours, although Venus never quite makes it to Mars because she's retracting, because it's an inside job. And Mars, the masculine, is moving forward really quickly to activate and accelerate and illuminate the consciousness of celebration, which we are all encouraged to feel today. All the way into the mark of this evening, we will download light, the light code, which you are. What a beautiful day to celebrate the divine mother of it all.
What a beautiful day. Yes. We are with the divine feminine, birthing more aspects and love of the divine feminine. Extraordinary. So celebrate, everyone, and receive, receive, receive. Okay, so beautiful. Catherine, you are so wonderful. I've had a personal session with you, and it awoken something within me that made perfect sense. And it was so beautiful that I think everyone needs time with you, because you have an ability to really strengthen and bring forth our wisdom from within. The self-fortification that we offer ourselves just from being who we are. And you have an extraordinary ability to see that. And so for me, it made so much sense. You told me I'm a bodhisattva, and that really continues to soothe and calm me and continue to guide my path. And that's what you offer in these readings. So I've put the link in our beautiful box and the description box wherever people are watching and listening to this. And that's how people can get in touch with you. So share with us more about what goes on in your personal sessions. They are quite transformational.
Thank you very much. As being the calibrator, so much comes through that is so personal for each and every one of you, because I honor the illusion, I honor the heart, the soul crystal, and that's what I go for. And if we need to clear some of the splenic, the fears within our genetics, or if we have to calm the mind that has run over time and makes us run around without a true awareness of how important each and every one of you are, and what Merkabas, what sacred geometry you are individually, there would be nothing better for you to find and love and awaken the encodements within you. That's why I am here. I taught for years. I've traveled and sat with enlightened beings around the world. I've experienced all of them. When I'm with someone, I become them. I can feel their field, and I reflect back to the world the potential of what I experience. It's nothing to do with the mind. I don't have a very much of a mind. I have a consciousness, which Lao Tzu reminds me, stop thinking, stop. I always say I'm contemplating. He doesn't like that either. Be still and see yourself. And that is what a calibrator does. I reflect to you your innate, most personal jewels. I clear out the muck and the mire. I have no patience for old karmic patterns, any DNA withholds, any genetic, any black magicians around us. All those things got to go. We're pure light activating ourselves. So please utilize me if you are called to from your heart, so we can really get to the heart of what matters, the codons within you. We talk to your guides, your family. I don't recall these things, but people tell me all the time they spoke to their parents, or their someone will show up, their beloved. Some suicide people have been showing up to clear something. It's whatever we need individually and personally, because you are the world, and you are the light, and you are a fractal of me. And when I look in you and I clear you, it's a little selfish. I clear myself, and I sing for the lightness of how you find yourself, each and every one of you, to let go of what is not you. So it's such a beautiful thing to shine you up and point you on your true north path.
Yes.
It's such an honor, they said, to work with each and every one of you. And each and every one of you will be called individually. And we love each and every one of you. There's so much more to say about my work, but we again feel the words don't teach. It's the experience. A reflector's pure experiential, empathic, and I calibrate what sits before me. We would call me a huge GPS. And as we look at this GPS, we're activating everyone that is asking or begging around the world for some information. So we close that door to the information and bring the experience of the remembering of each and every one of you back to the potential. Reflects you much clearer back into the world of where we are now. And yes, Miss Bodhisattva, we understand that you came down and your work is just beginning.
Mm.
Yeah,
Okay.
I said, oh, come on. I
I
said, yeah,
sense that.
in a
Okay, I
different
sense
way.
that.
Yeah, it's
Oh my goodness.
hormonal. They said the hormones are, I'm sweating in your aura. So we're shifting some things in there, the
Wow.
biology of you. And you were
Oh,
just, it's such a heightened place and a cosmic lineage, remembrance, everything is changing around you.
oh my gosh. If you knew the real scene and the story, you would be like, yeah, I got that one. I nailed that one right on the head. You do, as that beautiful reflector that you are. It's quite amazing because, I mean, even when we first met years ago, before 2020, before the one of the bigger shifts on our planet, you would totally sense everything about me. And you'd be like, what is going on? So you really do awaken the encodements within each of us. And it's so helpful and so beneficial that, again, it is helpful for those who are called in their heart. So thank you for that, Catherine. And our beautiful day, this beautiful solstice day, I just want you to close our sacred circle with another final message for this beautiful moment in time.
Be the architect of your own design. What are you waiting for? We are all here in layers and layers of consciousness, the galactic fields, the ley lines. We're in the midst of a total convergence. We're in the center of it all. We are lost in space. Come home to me. I'm just clearing something, excuse me. We are in the middle of the universe. We are downloading. We are waking up. The next 2 years will be great courage and consciousness and alignment with the pituitary pineal gland and that whole awakening within the stem cell of your multi-level focus. Thank you so much for receiving all that we offered today. We find this tunnel of love has been quite significant and will spread from here. Archangel Michael says, we know where you live. We know where you are. Nobody is alone at this time. Pull out your greatest sword. It's time. They laugh when they say that it's time. We're out of time. We're here now. Everything is occurring for us now. Thank you, thank you, thank you for allowing this transmission to be fully received by over 108 times 108 times 22.33.3.44 combined with the 888 and the dragon and the ley lines and the neutrino fields and the gentle giants that are waking up from the seed that we have activated today. We are there.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone, for holding space with us here in this glorious day. We love you. We love you, Catherine. And we are in deep gratitude to the guides who gave us this energy transmission today. And I just want to say, what are we waiting for? Be the architect of your own design. Catherine Rosenbaum, what a beautiful guide you are, assisting all star seeds and light workers stepping into this beautiful path of light and this journey on our planet as we birth new Earth. Thank you, Catherine.
All my love.
And
Thank you.
ditto, all our love to you as well. And
Thank
thank
you.
you. We'll see you again soon. Thank you. And
Namaste.
thank you. Namaste. Beautiful hearts, thank you too. We love you. Thank you for listening to this quantum conversation, and thank you for dancing with us to the cosmic heart. As we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the planet. This show is dedicated to you and all awakening hearts, as we are here to shine our bright light and amplify our love. Access all quantum conversations, special offers from our guests, and online healing retreats by visiting acoustichealth.com. I'm Loren Galey, and from my sacred heart to yours, I honor your magnificent love and light. We leave you now with music from the universe. Music literally created by the universe, as musical notes were assigned to mathematical equations. The result is this beautiful music, available at acoustichealth.com. Namaste.